Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the most awaited event, the grand finale of Young Asian Entrepreneurial Challenge. Who said that age matters? If age mattered, then how would have George Matthews, the founder of Teal, a manufacturer of commercial drones, raised a seed funding of $2.8 million? His age? He's just turned 20 this year. Who said big investments matter? To your surprise, the founder of Wow Momos, Mr. Sagar Daryani, started his venture with merely 30,000 rupees, and today the company is worth 560 crores. Dear friends, when they say an idea can change your life, in today's time, it surely can. Asian Business School not only focuses on accelerating your academic excellence, but also tries to foster creative thinking and business thinking, making attitude amongst all of you. With the same vision, Young Asian Entrepreneurial Challenge 2021 was announced, where we invited your big ideas that can be shaped further into your entrepreneurial idea for future. I am thrilled to say that despite being 100% virtual, the kind of energy and zeal that each one of you has shown in crafting the business plan was simply breathtaking. This challenge was organized by the Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation Center, EDIC, which aims to enable the students to be more creative and self-confident in taking rational risks in starting an enterprise and encourages innovative business startups and facilitates them through research and consultancy. This business plan challenge invited creative ideas and plans which could help you become a job provider rather than a job seeker in the near future. The moment we announced this competition, we started getting a lot of queries, registrations, write-ups, and inputs from all of you that clearly reflected the quality and attitude of this bundle of talent that we have with us today. The event began a couple of months back with over 100 plus business ideas, which were raw yet very unique in their own sense. Thereafter, each student got a chance to discuss their plan with the expert panel who guided them onto developing the plan further and how to give it a strong shape. All the students presented their ideas in the virtual mode in front of experts from EDIC Asian Business School who scrutinized their business plans in detail. We were happy to see that each one of you took those advices so seriously and tried to mold and better shape up your ideas that were stunned. We were actually stunned to see the final presentations. As announced earlier, the winner of this grand event would be surely a lucky one, as he or she gets a fortune, an Apple MacBook. So all the techies out there, get excited to bag one today. A direct entry into the top 5 in the grand finale of the annual EDIC Business Plan competition. And also, for those of you who don't know, the Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation Center at ABS offers 5 lakh rupees seed funding to the best business plan. So the winner today's event shall gain an automatic entry in the grand finale of the event and be one of the 5 finalists there. And dear students, last but not the least, the winners today of today's event will get an interview coverage in Noida Radio. He or she will be awarded a glittering trophy and a certificate for the same as well. Though the winner would be one, but I would like to congratulate each one of you for your exemplary performance and participation with which you presented your business idea. As we invited your big ideas, how could we keep the finale very ordinary? So here we have with us our guest of honor, Ms. Pritika Mehta, founder SockSoho, who herself is a quintessential example of a successful entrepreneur. Ms. Pritika is a data scientist turned entrepreneur. She is the founder of SockSoho, India's largest direct co-consumer socks brand for men. Ms. Pritika has worked with Fortune 500 companies in the US, including Bank of America, Tripadvisor, etc., and startups before she started SockSoho. We welcome you to ABS, Ms. Pritika.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me. And I am very, very excited to meet you all and interact with you. So I have prepared a short talk sharing my journey with all of you, because I know a lot of
people... Sorry to interrupt you in between. Actually, we had a small video clip to present about SockSoho for our viewers here. So before we start this chat and conversation with you, we would first like to present the video to the audience.
Perfect, sure.
Well, we truly are amazed, and all of us, I think, are consumers of this brand, amazed by the simple idea, yet doing such great in market. So I would request you to share this journey of yours. How did this idea come to your mind, and what was the journey all about that you've reached this heights? Over to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot for having me here. I am really, really excited to interact with all of you, because I know a lot of people in the audience are looking forward to their entrepreneurship journey. They are starting their course with a lot of ideas there. So I'm going to keep my talk crisp. And afterwards, I'm going to open it up for Q&A. You are free to ask me any question regarding my journey, or regarding any question or doubt you have about your plans for the future. Okay, so I'll give you a brief background about my life, and then I'm going to share 4 stories from my life that inspired me to become an entrepreneur, that helped me become an entrepreneur, and that is still helping me go forward. So I am Pritika Mehta. I'm the founder of SockSoho.com, and as you know, shown in the video, we make premium quality designer socks for men. Well, my background is not at all from this industry. I am a data scientist, and since the age of 14, I am coding. I'm making softwares. So after my undergrad, I went to pursue my master's in artificial intelligence from New York, after which I worked with companies like Bank of America in Manhattan and Tripadvisor in Boston. I am also a TEDx speaker and was also chosen as a global shaper by World Economic Forum. This is all about my background. And, people often ask me, okay, you are a data scientist, but now how are you making socks? Like, what is the connection? Well, honestly, there was no connection. That is, what is so good about entrepreneurship. So let me just talk about, 4 major things about my journey and about my thesis about entrepreneurship. So first of all, how did I get started with entrepreneurship, or when did I think of becoming an entrepreneur? So I'll tell you a story. When I was young, like really little, like 5th, 6th standard. So my Nanu lives in Sonipat. So every summer vacation, we used to go to his home for 15, 20 days. Wahan pe, obviously, as kids, we would roam around and we would eat all that good stuff from each shop there. I liked one particular type of biscuit, the bourbon biscuit. I'm sure you guys might have seen it somewhere. It came in that purple packaging, and oh my God, these were these chocolate biscuits and very nice cream and everything. I loved it. I used to go to that shop to buy that bourbon biscuit every day. And I used to think, yahin pe milta hai, ab to main sara kha ke jaungi. Like, I cannot find it anywhere else. And you know what? What happened? Well, I came back to my home after my vacation to Chandigarh, and I went to the shop, and what I observed, I saw that same packet in that shop. I was like, "Arey, ye kaise?" And then definitely I bought it and ate it, everything. Then, it just struck me, how is it possible कि ये चीज Delhi में भी मिलती है, ये चीज चंडीगढ़ में भी मिलती है? And I used to tell everyone, अरे ये देखा है, ये मैंने वहां पे खाया था और ये यहाँ पे भी मिलता है. That is, how my father told me, this is what business is. You make something for the world, and then you give it to millions of homes. This was my first encounter with entrepreneurship. And this was the moment when I decided that I will also build something that could go into millions of homes. And so this is how, that seed of becoming an entrepreneur came into my mind. Now, obviously, I followed a very definite path initially, but I kept on trying a lot of new things. Like you guys, with your course, you are trying entrepreneurship, you are building your business plans, and that is great. So how did we get started? We launched in actually 2019, and so I quit my job in the US and moved back to India to launch SockSoho. We launched in 2019, and last year we received funding from YAEC Combinator, which is the biggest incubator in the entire world. We have been growing since then. We have seen a huge growth, and now we see a lot of Bollywood celebrities, including Vicky Kaushal and a lot more names, and world's top CEOs flaunting our socks. So how to build a product? Well, the second point that I come to is build a monopoly. When you start with entrepreneurship, it is very exciting. हम ये भी कर लेंगे, हम वो भी कर लेंगे, हम इसको ऐसा भी बना देंगे, वैसे भी बना देंगे. Oh my God, this is so exciting to talk about. But this is not how market works. So let me see if you guys can put up your answers there. But tell me, if you have to go eat pizza, where would you go? Well, I think, yeah, you guys are, yes, you go to Domino's, and Oven Story, right? Pizza Hut, yes. So see, this is what is known as building a monopoly. It is, जैसे आप पिज्जा खाने Domino's जाते हो, आप जीन्स लेने Levi's जाते हो, right? This is what the thesis is, कि आप कुछ ऐसी चीज पकड़ो जिसमें इनोवेशन नहीं हुई है. You innovate in that category and you become the best in it. एक चीज जो जब मैं अमेरिका में थी, मैंने यही देखा कि there is one coffee shop which is known for its coffee. ऐसे ही दिल्ली में there is one छोले भटूरे की दुकान that is known for that छोले भटूरे, right? ऐसे ही Domino's is known for its pizza. We go there to eat pizza, and then we also buy Coke from there, breadsticks from there, some chicken wings from there. This is how business works. When you're starting your business, you have to pick up one thing and become the best in it. Innovate, bring customers, talk to them. आप उसमें monopoly बनाओ, and then you can expand into various categories. Just like Nike, they started with shoes. Now we buy everything from them. Just like SockSoho, we started with socks because we saw that nobody was innovating in this category, and it has been decades. People wear it every day, but there's no innovation. Not only in terms of design, but also in terms of quality. Young people like me, I don't like wearing those thick Nike socks. And I'm sure there are many millions of people out there also who feel the same. So you have to point out what is that one thing that you're going to do in the market, and you're going to do really, really well, that people should know you for that. So when you are starting a business, start with one idea, become the best in it, and then expand into various verticals. Okay. So let's talk on to, chalo, these things are good, but बनाऊं क्या मैं? What should I make? Like, what do I know? कि मेरे को क्या बनाना है? So what to build. Okay, इसमें बहुत ही एक छोटा principle है, which is very simple, but it is the core of every business. Build something people want. Whenever you come across something, a new idea or a pain point which you can solve for the customers, you think, okay, is it a pain point for myself as well? Like with socks, the biggest pain point I had, my father had, my mother had, एक ही point था कि हम tight socks नहीं पहन सकते. जब हम, when I wear a sock, and if I feel that, you know, it's tight, I would not wear it again. So this is, you know, one thing I thought, okay, I need different socks which have grip and which can really keep a good hold on my feet without making it tight. The same way, you have to build something that people want. Or isme, suppose, let's say you are building some technology company, and you know, I want to talk to my mother every day. So how to make it simpler? I have a pain point that I cannot pay, you know, telephone bills itne zyada. So this is what WhatsApp did. They said, okay, you know, what we are going to do, we are going to do things over chat. And then they also offered calling option. So whenever you are starting a business, ab bahut simple sa ek pain point lijiye, you work on it and launch it in the market. Talk to your customers. Kai bari kya hota hai, we spend years and years and years building our product, but we never talk to our consumers, जिन्होंने ultimately pay करना है या consume करना है आपका product. So when you start building something, एक prototype बनाओ, launch it in the market, and then go and talk to your customers. Your customers will tell you exactly what they want, whether, you know, they are happy with your product or not. And it's okay. You can iterate. Just talk to your customers, iterate, go back to them, listen to them, and then iterate it back. Because it's, see, you cannot build everything for everyone. First, you have to build it for a very small population, let's say 100 people. You are building a product, build it for 100 people. And just don't make a good product, make a great product. कि वो जो 100 लोग हैं ना, वो जाके अपने सब 10 दोस्तों को बताएं. So आपका वो 1000 base तो आ ही गया. This is how word of mouth spreads. You build something, you build it so great, and you target a niche consumer, and they become your marketers. They would go and tell everybody about you. So this is how businesses are built. Okay? Now let's come on to the fourth and the last point of how is the life of an entrepreneur. Well, if I can share my screen, let me see. Just a moment. Let me show you one slide. So my friend who didn't like his job at all, you know, he always wanted to do something more. He said, "Mere ko nahi karni hai bilkul apni 9 to 5 wali job and XYZ." So what happened with him was, let me share my screen. So I'm sharing the story of my friend's life and my own life. Let me show it with you. So this is what he wanted. He said, I'm not going to work 9 to 5. So he got into entrepreneurship and now he works 24/7. This is actually the life of an entrepreneur. It's, you know, whether I'm on a holiday, whether I am cooking something, whether I'm with my friends, and anything and everything, all the time I think about business. And all the entrepreneurs out there, they do the same, because this is what entrepreneurship is all about. Ki you cannot switch off your mind ki yaar ye kar liya uske baad, you know, I'll do something else. It is on your mind for 24/7. So it is not like, you know, ki this is a 100-meter race, bas maine isme bhagna hai and I'm done with it, I'm sorted. And it's also not like aaj hi maine business chalu kiya and tomorrow I'm a millionaire. No, it takes time. It has a lot of its own ups and downs. There are days when I feel great, you know, because I'm creating something. There are days when I feel very low, that, oh, some things are not really working in my favor and some things are not going the way I wanted them. But this is part and parcel of being an entrepreneur. And whenever you opt in to become an entrepreneur, do it because you really want to create something, you want to build something and you believe in it. Just don't do it because media shows it as very glamorous. It is not at all glamorous, to be honest. Okay. So a life of an entrepreneur is great when you are passionate about it, when you're passionate about what you're building. it comes with its ups and downs. Let it be. Just be strong enough to face them. And definitely, you'll become a successful entrepreneur. So yes, I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So I am done with my talk, and you guys can, ask me any questions you have now. And thanks a lot again for having me.
Great. Thank you for this brief talk. But I must say that very briefly, you've highlighted each and every important component of a business, which at least at this level for a student would be very, catchy as well as eye-opening, that, okay, practically these are the parameters we should look at. And surely if portrayed and taken forward in this way, it sounds a very exciting journey for anyone to take. We have a couple of questions here. First of all, I'm very curious to know that when people think of entrepreneurship, they think of a unique idea. They think of things which are not available in the market, or they try to solve a particular problem. But you started with a very common product, which is socks. And then this made this entire enterprise so profitable. So what was there in your mind, and why did you pick up this particular product?
Okay. So there was no eureka moment, to be honest, when it comes to socks. So we, while I was in the US, I always used to read about markets, what's happening anywhere in the world. And since I am an Indian, so I used to read a lot of things happening in the Indian market. So I saw that Indian commerce is growing very fast. And so I saw that a lot of brands that are coming up, they are very focused on women. But, the new age brands, we don't have a lot of brands for men. And how do I know this? Because every time I used to come back for holidays, my brother, my friends, male friends, they would ask me to bring this and that for them. And most of them were, bring me these sweatpants or XYZ. So I thought, that is how I observed ki jo bhi current brands in India hai, they are not connecting with the millennial men. And we need something for them to connect with. And that's how I thought, okay, let's get into the men fashion segment. Now, where to start? Obviously, you can't build everything for everyone. So we observed 80 categories, and that's how, we saw, okay, socks is one category that has seen no innovation in decades. Men wear it every day, but then they're wearing the same black, blue, gray socks. And in the US, this is very common where, I've seen my own boss flaunting his own socks. And that has become like, we women, we wear jewelry and we flaunt it, even though it is a very small part of our wardrobe, but we love wearing it and we love experimenting it. I saw that the same thing has happened in the West with socks, and men are using it as an accessory to flaunt. And that's the reason why we experimented with it. It was not like we opened up a huge business. We launched only 1,000 pieces of our first 4 designs. We wanted to test the waters, whether it works in the market or not. And we launched it not for everybody. Also, we launched a startup edition. We said, okay, let's make it only for people who run startups. Let's see what do they associate with, so we made a Silicon Valley sock, we make a Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency sock, we make a sock on Steve Jobs and one on Elon Musk. And they were sold out in within one day. We sold, 1,000 pairs. And that's how we thought, okay, this can work. And then we started talking to our customers, finding out what they want. And then we kept on iterating our idea and building the company.
That's great. I remember when Wake Up Sid was released, so it brought in that concept of having fancy socks, which were very colorful and they had geometric prints. So that was one medium when people became more aware and that trend was set. Did that help anywhere, or what strategies did you adopt initially to make this a trend for people?
See, when it comes to trend, honestly, when people like your product, like, you can see Vicky Kaushal drinking Starbucks or Shah Rukh Khan having Starbucks. You're not going to feel, okay, yeah, how is he having Starbucks? The same way, if you're making a product that is liked by people, that looks good and that feels good as well, you, through word of mouth, as I said, people will find it out and they'll become your clients. So wahi hua ki, when we made it, a lot of, as I said, CEOs, they bought from us. And why they vouch for us is not only because of our designs, but also because of the quality we have made. I can say, I know better. Like when we initially started, I sat for continuously 48 to 72 hours in a factory to understand how these socks are made. What can we improve? Initially, when we started, we got 500 socks from across the world and saw what a brand is doing good, what can we do better, and what we must not do. So this is a process. I think when the product is good, it gains a lot of word of mouth, and that's how you'll start people everywhere wearing those things.
Right, great. So what were some of the early life experiences that led you to become an entrepreneur?
Okay, so early life experiences, I think I've already answered that question with my first story of discovering how you can build something and then the world is going to use it. So since I'm a coder and I've always loved art, because I've always loved creating things from scratch. I think that really stuck with me, and having a job was good. It was very nice job, but then somewhere I wanted to create things and I wanted to build it for the world. And that's how I got into entrepreneurship.
Right, great. So you left your highly decorated and paid job in Boston. What was the reaction of people when you had quit the job, or when you proposed that you're going to quit the job? How did your family react, and were people around you supportive of this?
So my family, just like every typical Indian family, they said, "What are you doing? Pagal ho gaye ho? Like, why are you even doing this?" Even when I came back, they were like, my dad used to, I remember for 6 months, he would like, just go back. Why are you wasting your time? It's okay. So honestly, they thought I've gone mad. A lot of people, they thought I've gone mad because of the choice I made. But, I told them, okay, just give me 2 years. I will make something out of myself. Don't you worry about that. So yes, people thought, they really could not understand what I was doing at that point of time. But then there were some people who were really, really supportive as well, because they understood my dream. They were my friends from past. So yes, there was mixed bag of reactions. And initially my family did not understand my decision to come back. But then over time they understood why I did, and now they're happy with it.
Ultimately, a good profit-making company answers all the questions, I guess.
Definitely.
Great. So what is the story behind naming your brand as SockSoho? Because we've heard this term Soho, independently in a couple of places, but what's the story behind SockSoho together?
So as I told you, actually, this concept of, men being conscious of how they look, how they dress up. Actually, I observed this when I was in New York, while I was working in Bank of America in Manhattan. There you would see these men in these dapper suit, even at 6 a.m. in the morning. They're, at Wall Street, they're running for the business XYZ. Wahan pe I saw how men are really, really passionate about how they look. And Soho is actually a street in New York, and which is very popular for its art and fashion. So we thought, okay, we are going to build something that resonates with, Soho. And that's how we combined socks and Soho and named it SockSoho.
Great. So my next question was actually very much related to this, that we've read SockSoho spark to your mind. It came when you were in Manhattan. So did you have any pre-inclinations towards the fashion industry? And did you observe that there is a dire need of this particular product in India?
So when it comes to fashion, I would say I'm a very observant person. I'm a very observant person. I, since childhood, I've been always fascinated about, okay, how the interiors and colors, how they play with each other, fashion. So I am myself not a very fashionable person, as you can see with just a black stuff. I'm very plain as a person, but I'm very observant. I like observing things. I like seeing how, the play of colors, the play of fashion, what is going on. So I think maybe that was the reason why I observed those trends there. I observed how men are dressing up, and that's how things came into my mind.
Right. So there's a question live here from a student. So what entrepreneurial tricks have you discovered to keep yourself focused and productive throughout the day? And how do you keep your schedules so busy? What are the skills that help you retain and stick to the schedules that you make?
Okay, the tricks I have discovered are, okay, first of all, I would say make a schedule. Make your goals actually, कि आप weekly, what do you want to achieve? And it's not only for my entrepreneurial journey, I would say for everyone, even in your college. When you start your Monday, sit down for 15 minutes, write down what all you want to achieve throughout the week. This really helps you plan out the entire week. Okay, second of all, I try my best, but still I'm not great at it. I try to avoid using my phone all the time, but I cannot do it. But if you guys can do it, while I was in college, I remember very stressful time while I was studying in the US, projects and XYZ happening. So I used to keep my phone in the other room and study the whole time because phone is a big distraction. Then tricks for to keep me focused. Okay, yeah, phone is a big distraction, but when you have a plan, you have to get things completed, and just maybe put sticky notes on your wall wherever you work. That really helps. Yeah, top 3 skills needed to be a successful entrepreneur. Focus. You really need to have focus. It's really easy to get distracted, but you should know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Second of all, passion. If you have passion about what you're doing, thousands of people can tell you that what you're doing is impossible, but you'll still find a way to do it. So passion is very, very important. Third, to be a good entrepreneur, I would say you must be a people's person. You should know how to manage people, because if even after 2 years you are a one-man army, honestly, you are not running a business, you are doing freelancing. But a successful business is something where you build a team, and the team you allocate, you know how to delegate tasks. So you must be a people's person, because being a CEO, you need to talk to people all the time, be it your investors, your customers, be it your team members. So you should know how to actually delegate tasks and network with people.
Great. So what has been the most emotional moment of your entrepreneurial journey with SockSoho?
There are many actually. Most emotional, I would say, well, recently only. That's, you obviously, when first I saw Vicky Kaushal wearing our socks, or Bono and the Edge, seeing our Steve Jobs socks, that was something really great. But I can't really put it ki ek emotional moment wo aate hi rehte. When you hear people writing back to you that I love your product, my son loves your product, my father loves your product, that is something really where I feel, okay, I am doing something that people love. The emotional moment was something that happened a couple of days ago, where a 9-year-old girl, she wrote to me. She said, so we send a note with all our packages saying, if in case you face any difficulty, you can write to me directly. And she's like, I saw my dad's socks and they were really pretty. My dad really likes them. And I asked him to order some for me as well. And my dad said, they don't make kid socks. So he said, if you want kid socks, go and write to Pritika Mehta. Here is her email ID. So she said, okay. So, I asked my dad, he said, no, they don't make kid socks. So since you put up your email ID on that note, I am writing this to you to tell you that I need kid socks and they must be as pretty as the ones my dad wear. And that was really that was something really, really cute and emotional as well. And yeah.
That shouldn't be rare, because our chat box here also says some of the ladies are waiting for such products. They are asking whether we have something for the women on the cards. So is there something coming up in future?
So yes, a lot of women ask, if a lot of women are actually waiting, definitely we'll launch something for you guys as well. So since a lot of women don't wear socks, so we did not launch a line for them. But since now I have seen a lot of demand coming, yes, women, we are launching something for you as well in near future.
Great. So I think this demand has been put across briefly. So next question is that as you've done masters in artificial intelligence from the State University of New York, tell us how you're using data and artificial intelligence in building this company. Does that come to any use and advantage?
So yes, definitely. Dekho, when you are building a company in this age, technology is must, because through technology only you can see scale, right? And when it comes to data, honestly, see, anybody can build a website, but can you make a great website that the customer experience is so good that the person buys a product in under 2 minutes? And who are you targeting? How are you targeting them? You know, all these things can be answered via the help of data. So on the front end, we might look like a SOC company, but at the back end, we are a tech company. Anything and everything, even before launching anything, we do a lot of A/B testing with our products, whether this is, the market is going to accept it, whether they are going to like it or not, and who are the people who are going to like it. So there's a lot of data that we observe before doing anything, before launching anything, before marketing anything, and data really helps. And that's how, me being a techie, the entire website, each and every feature is being built by me. And then we are working a lot on the in-house tools to help e-commerce businesses, scale themselves using technology. So yes, technology really helps, and we are using data at every point in the consumer journey.
So related to this only, this is a high demand question here. I think students want to really set up their businesses as well. They're asking that, as you said, you were a coder, how did you first select your employees? And what strategies, to be very specific, are you using for marketing your product?
Okay. So see, when it comes to choosing your first 5 team members, they cannot be people you don't know at all. So since you are in college, I think it's really, really helpful, because college में अगर आपने कुछ start किया, and वो idea आपके 5 दोस्तों को पसंद आया, they are going to join you. So जो आपके initial set of team members होते हैं ना, you just cannot hire some random person. You have to hire people and you have faith, because those 5 people are going to decide the culture and the future of your company. Because आपने उनको hire किया, those 5 people are going to hire, 5 other people. So जो first हैं, always जो आपके group में है, you know somebody who's a techie, like my co-founder, he's a marketer, he's a growth marketer expert, and he had scaled brands up to 10 millions in sales single-handedly. I knew he's the best person to market products. That's why we became, co-founders, and I'm the best person in tech, I know. So that's how we, combine technology, product, consumer product, and marketing, and build SockSoho. So initial set of team members must be people and they must be great at what they do, because average logo say you cannot make a big company or a great company. So you need great people initially.
Great. So the second part of the question was, what branding and marketing strategies have you taken up since the very start? And I think related to this, we have another question. Since we observed that this brand is completely 100% online, so what are the advantages and disadvantages, concerned with it or connected with it?
Okay. So with the building strategy, see, it is, it's very common, you use Google, you use Facebook, you use Instagram. That is what every company is doing, but how creatively you use it and how well you know those platforms, that really helps. And secondly, regarding, online. So one thing we'll say, yes, we are expanding, we are omni-channel now, but online there are pros and cons. Pros would be, it is very easy to launch something, whereas in retail it takes months to launch something. Then you can tweak things according to your audience. Cons is, this platform is very unpredictable. These Google, Facebook, IG, Snapchat, XY, Twitter, these are very unpredictable platforms. It's not like if like the economies of scale doesn't work here, in terms of if you are maybe earning, you are putting in X, you are getting 2X. It's not like you put in 100X, then you're going to get 200X. So this is quite technical, but it's like you cannot predict anything on these platforms. something can break down. Things break down all the time on these platforms. So it is very unpredictable.
Right. So how does SockSoho manage to provide premium socks at affordable pricing?
Okay, so that's what a direct to consumer company is, right? So we build something, we have nailed down our supply chain, and see, I am glad to hear that you guys find it affordable. Definitely, we cannot provide you socks at 700 or 800 bucks. We as business would love it, but then, you know, you as consumers, you are not going to buy those socks. So definitely finding that great price point is also a challenge in every market. Every market is different. So I think because we are direct to consumers, we don't have a lot of retailers, distributors, XYZ in between. We are able to provide you the best of the quality at affordable prices.
Great. So the next question is, what's the bigger vision of SockSoho? What are the future plans?
Future plans, okay. So, well, we have big plans. We are expanding into various verticals and geographies, and in next 5 years, we plan to beat Zara. That's our plan.
Okay, so our student wants to know, can you tell us a story which is very close to you, where a customer decided to choose your product, they shared the reviews with you, and if the brand was able to change their mind, anything that you've done for the customer satisfaction, they probably want to know one story from there.
Okay, see, when you are initially building a brand, you cannot operate like a big company. You have to stay very, very close to your customers. And initial days, I remember initial 2-3 months, my co-founder and I, we were responsible for doing anything and everything in the company, from launching the products, from marketing to packaging to supply chain, anything and everything. And a lot of things used to break down. No, you can't help it. It is going to happen. But what I've seen is, if you stay connected to your customers, you can make mistakes, not a lot. Even if you make a few mistakes, your customers, they forgive you. So sometimes they say, some wrong quality socks went, or some wrong product went to the customer. So, and they would complain, either they would go on social media to complain, or they'll mail me or WhatsApp us, XYZ. So I think what we used to do was just talk to them and hear them out, because customer is always right. Customer is God. And I used to talk to them myself, and I used to apologize, and I used to, send them a free sock or send them something complimentary with it. And that's how they understood, okay, wrong, something wrong would happen. But then if a company knows how to correct it, they are great. Just the way, why we feel safe ordering from Amazon versus Flipkart, because we know if something goes wrong on Amazon, Amazon is going to figure it out and they'll help us. Whereas on Flipkart, my experience has been, I don't know who, kisko reach out karu. So yeah, these are the stories. There are many stories. There's no one story on the top of my head, but they happen usually.
So one last question here related to the online business platforms. So if we compare the two business ideas, one who's wanting to sell the products directly to the customer, which is B2C, and now we have a lot of companies who are actually placing themselves on these platforms, which is like Amazon, Flipkart or Myntra, which is more profitable for a baby boomer kind of a company who's just wanting to start?
Both. I would say, why do it at either? Do it at both. Because when it comes to profitable, honestly, you cannot judge it. Every business is different and you don't even know what is going to work. So I would say try both and see where your business, there are certain brands who just operate on Amazon. There are certain brands who just operate on their website. There are some which operate on both. So you have to decide that whether the demand is there for the Amazon customer, because the mindset of a customer buying on Amazon is very different from how you would get a customer to buy on your website. So test both. There's no harm in it.
Great. And does SockSoho has plans to come offline and sell through retail counters as well?
Yes.
Great. So now we move on to our very brief and explicit session, which is the rapid fire round. So we have our guests coming here who undergo this rapid fire round where we expect them to be very rapid and fiery while answering the questions. So with your permission, can we start with that?
Sure. Very excited.
Okay. So who and what was the following most memorable moment of life?
Most memorable moment of my life was at my graduation, master's graduation in the US, and my professor called my mother, and he was my professor in machine learning. He called my mother, he praised about me, and he told that for the next course, I have changed the entire course based on the questions she asked me in her course, because she was asking me so many insightful questions. That was actually a very memorable moment because, somebody in the US appreciating me in front of my mother was something very memorable.
Well, surely that would have been very great. The most challenging moment of your life?
Most challenging. I think there are many challenges, but the most challenging was definitely, leaving my job and coming to India. Passion is one side, but then there are practical realities as well that are associated with it. So it was challenging, yeah, but I was open to take up that challenge.
Great. How would you very briefly define the following? What the first word that comes to your mind when I say these following words? Happiness.
Your inner self.
You can't take time.
Inner self.
Okay. Life.
Fun.
Wealth.
Important.
Work.
Worship your work.
SockSoho.
I love it.
Family.
Yeah, my heart.
Great. How were you during your college days? So were you an intellectual one? Were you a leg puller? Were you a notorious one? Or were you the most serious one on the corner?
Okay, so I had two phases, two different parts to my personality. As I said, I'm a people's person. So I had a lot of friends. Yes, I still pull, I do a lot of these pranks and XYZ. So I'm a very naughty kid. Yet when it comes to studies, yes, I was very studious because, since childhood, I observed some people around me, and I just saw that, how education changed their mind. So I was very, very serious when it came to my education, but otherwise I'm a very naughty person.
So you enjoyed both the sides of the coin.
Yes. I'm still, I don't take a lot of things too seriously. I just laugh it off and move on. I just love to have a laugh and just enjoy life.
Great. That's the way to life. Who is your inspiration?
My inspiration, I would say my surgeon uncle. He has, since childhood, I saw him prospering and so observing him, how comfortable his life is because he studied so hard. I was inspired to study hard. So that was, he was my inspiration there. And then as I grew up, yes, I would say Michelle Obama, Sarah Blakely,
right.
As a businesswoman, these people were my inspiration.
Great. If you had a chance to go back in time or future travel, what would you do and where would you go?
Go back.
Go back or future travel?
Oh, future travel.
Both the options.
Okay, yes, I would love to see, how do we guys operate in 20 years? Are we on Mars yet or not? Are things around us robotic? So I think I would like to go on Mars and just see how things are because Elon Musk is constantly talking about it.
Great. What is your go-to relaxation?
I think two things. Most of the time, I think I would just sleep it off. And second, I love driving. So just driving and going and eating out somewhere is something.
Okay, last question for you. How would you describe yourself in just 5 words?
5 words. Ambitious, fun-loving, a prankster,
Okay.
a little loud, and jugadu.
Okay, great. It was genuinely fun talking to you and a lot of learning, incidents and experiences that you shared with us. Surely the students who are looking forward to start up their businesses or set up their steps in the corporate journey have learned something today. And moving ahead, let's come to the moment we all have been waiting for, and the moment has actually arrived. Time for someone to win the MacBook, a glittering trophy, and wonderful opportunity to be in the top 5 EDIC annual event. This is the moment I think we all have been literally waiting for. So, students, grab your seats tight and open up your attentive ears because we are going to announce our 5 finalists whose business ideas were not just different but exceptionally constructed on the parameters that included innovativeness, marketing plan, financial plan, and feasibility of the plan. As shared with you all, your videos, plans, and presentations were thoroughly scrutinized and observed by our EDIC panel, which experts on shaping and mentoring the entrepreneurial ideas. We have amongst us one of the members of the EDIC, Mr. Vinod Dhar, who has been an important and integral part of the entire event. I would request him to speak a few words.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Over the last 2 months, most of you have come up with their business plans, and this is really commendable on account of the fact that quite a few of you are not from the commerce background. So the ones who are from the engineering background or maybe from other science background, it would be very difficult for them to actually do something which they would not have done for their entire life till now. So that's the reason why I would believe that this is a really great beginning from your side. And over the last 2 months, we went through the presentations of most of you, some of you for 2 times also. And I was really amazed. I mean, not me, maybe the other EDIC members, they were really amazed looking and going through your presentations. And yes, over the last few days, we have been shortlisting some of the presentations for the finale, and it is really a headache for us. I mean, headache in terms of being a positive side. I mean, headache in terms of the fact that we received so many good ideas, good presentations, that it became a bit difficult. Rather, I would say it became very difficult for us to actually shortlist a few of those. Because, I mean, as the things move out, that we cannot actually shortlist each and every one for the finale. So that way, it was a good beginning for all of us, maybe for you people, maybe for us also. And yes, we also should believe that the MacBook, the glittering trophy, I mean, they may be good incentives for you right in the beginning to maybe get the things going, but that's not the ultimate objective. The ultimate objective would be like once you graduate from the campus, maybe at that time, or maybe in due course of time, even after another year, 2 years or so, I mean, you should become the entrepreneurs. And maybe who knows that you shall be one of the great entrepreneurs after some time, and you shall be judging the event in due course of time, and that's quite a possibility. Yes, we got through so many of good presentations that, but finally at the end of the day, we had to shortlist a few of those, and that's what exactly the things, how the things go about. So yes, EDIC believes that for the ones who do not get into the finale, maybe the top 5, as Matt was talking about, I mean, it's actually the beginning, not end of the world. It's a beginning in terms of the fact that, I mean, we want you people to actually pursue these projects in due course of time. And yes, that's what we want your side. So overall, I would say it was really marvelous from your side, and you could really be happy about it. That's it. Wishing you all the best for the future also.
Well, thank you, sir. Your contribution has been very, very important. I would also like to share a few lines with my experience being in the panel and understanding your business ideas. I thoroughly enjoyed this entire process. Now, imagining a student who's come out of their graduation and is actually having a good big plan in their hands. I mean, we've gone through a couple of plans, and they were talking about the retail industry. They were talking about the hospitality. You were talking about identifying that there is a need of PG. Some of you are talking about nutritious food supplements. Some of you are talking about having, the corporate setup wherein you can employ more people. Some people even have such exquisite ideas regarding providing the most essential services, which have come out of this, entire impact of COVID. Thoroughly amazed. We genuinely idealize this concept, and we don't want you people to stop here. Yes, of course, there would be one winner. Yes, of course, there would be limited number of finalists, but each and every plan that we have gone through has already set up a foundation for a good start for you people. We expect you people to not stop here. Even if you want to get into the corporate world, this should not end here. This should go forward, and EDIC as a department shall definitely help you, support you, and would condition all your projects in future as well. I think I should not take away this moment from all of you, as my heart is also pounding. There are bounders in my stomach. I'm sure the same is the condition at your end. Before I announce the finalists, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to congratulate each one of you. Over 100 ideas, the triple digit number for these business plans. Each one of them was unique in their own sense. So congratulations for each one of you to be there in this tough fight and making it worst for us to analyze, and the entire panel, that who are the top 5 finalists. And without taking a single second more, let me come down to the 5 names, the 5 semi-finalists that we have taken up. So the 5 semi-finalists for this event are Gunika Gangwar. Congratulations to you, Gunika. Second is Arun Das. Congratulations to you, Arun, as well. Third one is Garima Batra. Congratulations, Garima. Fourth is Yash Saxena. Heartiest congratulations to you, Yash. And last but not the least, Sanjana Sharma. Heartiest congratulations to you as well, Sanjana. I hope our guest is still connected with us. Ms. Pritika, if with your permissions, shall we go ahead with describing these 5 plans to you?
Sure. Looking forward.
Great. So the first plan given by our first semi-finalist is Gunika Gangwar. With the modern lifestyle making its way into homes of more and more people over past some time, many of us face problems in carrying out the daily routine works. Young working couples face the challenge as to who shall take care of their toddlers. At the same time, more and more old people are living a lonely life. A 2019 report by UN Women says that in India, 4.5% of all households are run by single mothers, and those are pretty big numbers. Gunika Gangwar wants to form Sahasha with an aim of taking care of the issues as mentioned already. She would like to focus on providing personal care and companionship, helping clients with everyday activities like bathing, dressing, meal preparation, and household tasks to enable independence and safety. She would also like to provide non-medical care, kids care, home health aid services, senior care, homemaker care, assistive care, or companion care to the needy. This seems to be more than just a business proposal, as she wants to serve the society as well, thereby thinking on the broader lines. Ultimately, the goal behind Sahasha is to enable happier and more independent living for the people receiving care, and to provide support and peace of mind for their families. Before I end with her description of the plan, I would also like to mention that she herself devised the logo of this plan, and the name Sahasha actually has a lot of fragments attached to it and means beautifully in Sanskrit as well. So kudos to the creativity. Gunika, if you're connected with us, we would request you to share your views. Why did you plan this business proposal and what was your inspiration? Gunika, I request you to unmute yourself and please address the audience.
A very good afternoon, everyone. I'm very glad that I made it till here. So I'm going to give you a little glimpse that how I came up with this idea. So when this competition was announced, I was very confused. I had no idea or clue what to do. So I discussed it with my grandmother and she taught me why not to do something for older people, for people of her age. So I thought, yes, why should I not do something like that? So then I came up that then I thought that I should probably start my business plan working on a company that focuses on the services that help someone who is aging or lives alone or need assistance to live independently. And we will be starting from very basic services, from providing from cooking meals, dressing, to organizing things and lawn services, companionship and engaging. And I want to build a company where the employees come first, because if you take care of your employees, they will take care of your client. And with this, I would like to conclude that my business plan, that is an home care service, enables a more happier and independent living for people out there. Thank you.
Thank you. I would request Ms. Pritika to also share her views on this.
Sure, very nice idea, Gunika. So I just wanted to know what do you plan to do next? Are you going to build an app where people can just place their order for a service, or is it more like an agency where people call to get help?
Ma'am, for first we would like to build an app, and then for later on we'll be building an agency.
Okay, and have you thought, because these things, there's one huge concern with these services, and that's of security, both with your parents, older parents, and with your kids.
Yes,
so have you thought of how you're going to
yes, ma'am, there shall be several risks like hiring challenges or travel risk or patient care risk, but we'll be looking after this. We'll be hiring employees according to that only.
Okay, good to go.
Great. Thank you, Gunika. Let's go ahead with our second semi-finalist, Arun Das. Many times we witness some serious accidents with loss of life and property on account of serious damages caused by raging fires. Though we take a lot of precautions to avoid fires, but unfortunately accidents are bound to happen somehow or the other. Even a manual fire extinguisher sometimes does not work due to its chisel nozzle. Arun Das has proposed something very novel to reduce the ill effects due to fires. He plans that his startup Deck Gun shall manufacture automatic fire extinguishers. Idea is that with this sort of equipment, any fire situation can be handled without any involvement of a human being in the least possible time. The proposed machine shall be filled with dry chemical powder, which shall extinguish the fire. Machine would be installed with two sensors, one of them called ultraviolet detector, and would help detect the fire and help machine to get activated on its own. Other sensor would detect direction of the fire. This helps to emit the powder in the exact direction only instead of spraying it all over the place. In the initial phase, more focus would be on personal selling, targeting petrol pumps, cinema halls, hotels, and offices. In the next step, advertisement through social media, with aim being to minimize marketing budget. So I would request Arun to share his thoughts, what made him come to this idea and what is unique about his proposal.
A very good afternoon to the respected panel and Pritika ma'am. So I'm Arun Das and I'm here to explain my idea. So before going into my idea, I would like to just grab your attention and take it to some mishappenings or the tragic moments that happens in many of the petrol bunks. That is none other than the fire explosion. Sometimes the petrol bunks face some fire explosions that is caused due to many reasons, and this situation is not handled very nicely. Yes, the petrol bunks have the fire extinguishers, but the main thing is these fire extinguishers has to be used manually. That is, a person has to go to the machine and use it manually. For this, the person must have so much guts to that to face the fire, and sometimes maybe out of some mishappenings, the nozzle of this fire extinguisher is so tight that it gets activated very slowly or it's very difficult to activate it. So I thought, why not make these all fire extinguishers automatic? So now I here come up with this idea to make a fully automated fire extinguisher that activates in seconds. Like it detects the fire temperature at which the fire can explode, and it gets activated. Like using this can help us handle the situation very nicely without the involvement of any person, and this can help us deal with deal with any mishappenings. So that was a basic idea I came up with, thinking all those incidents taking place. Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Ms. Pritika, your reviews on this?
Sure. So hi Arun, very noble idea. Ismay, I just want to ask one thing. Is nobody else doing this?
Yes, ma'am. There are some products that are that works very similarly to this, but these products that are available in the market doesn't come with automatic, that doesn't have installed AIs. Like my product has two sensors. One is to detect the fire temperature, and one can be installed to detect the ultraviolet radiations that helps it get activated. Also, these products that are available are hung upon some rooftops that gets activated only when the temperature goes that much high. But my product is mounted very nearby or adjacent to the petrol pumps, so it gets activated very easily.
Okay. And have you worked on the unit economics? Like how much would the cost of manufacturing would look like, and at what price can it be sold to the market?
Yes, of course, I thought about it very much. Like the products that are available in the market already, maybe a bit less costly as compared to this, but the rate that I would be providing is much reasonable. So the sensors that come up with that are installed may be a bit costly, but it is very much reliable and reasonable for the people to install it.
How much? Like, have you figured out, how much would it cost for you to make this?
Like I would come at like calculated like 2 to 3K.
2 to 3K.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
Great. Congratulations, Arun. Keep doing the good work. Next third semi-finalist with us is Garima Batra. How would it be to start a venture in reality during your student life? Many of us would not dare to do so on account of host of reasons, but yes, we have someone who has already taken the plunge into the field of entrepreneurship quite recently. Garima Batra is the boss at Clayofy, and she has started designing and manufacturing of polymer clay-based jewelry. She produces fully customized handmade jewelry that is durable, tarnish-free, lightweight, and environment-friendly. With the tagline of baking clay so you can slay, she has been able to generate quite some revenue. She has her venture promoted already on Facebook and Instagram with quite a fan following. She has also launched her own website and has also collaborated with 3 social influencers as well to make more and more people aware about her product. One last thing which I remember with my first interaction with her, where she was confused and doubtful whether she should go ahead with this business or not. But today she is absolutely very successfully running this business. So I would request Garima to share her views. How was this experience and what makes a product unique?
Good afternoon, everyone. So
You need to unmute yourself, Garima. You're not audible.
sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. So Cleofy started as a passion project that I just started working upon. Like it happened back in March when I saw some jewelry made of polymer clay, and I just thought to myself, okay, I can make this. It's not that difficult. So the same day I got some polymer clay, the cheap ones I could find, and I just made one pair. And at that moment, I thought, okay, I don't want to step back now. So I started in March, and then I started my business, my page 3 months back, and now like I have 535 followers and I have completed like 20 orders. Some people have reordered for me, and it's a very great experience for me when people reorder. Like they appreciate my work. So also I think what sets me apart from all the other ideas here is that I'm already executing it. I know what are the ups and downs I face every day. I know everything. Like I know what it takes to get a finished product. Also, I think I take this polymer clay, that is a type of polyvinyl chloride. So I take it as an art medium that I can explore with, that I can use my creativity with it. It's not just something that I use some cutters or molds and I just cut it and I just, okay, take this, wear it. It's not like that. It's something that I use. It's something that I explore, and it's so durable. It's so lightweight that I love the medium. I absolutely love it.
Great. I would request Ms. Pritika to share her views on this.
Yeah, Karima, very beautiful business.
Thank you.
Just wanted to know, like, are these products not from your brand, but from the same material? Are they available in the market already?
Yes, ma'am. They
Okay,
are,
so
but
how are
I
you
think,
differentiating yourself from them?
ma'am, I think there is a temperature that you bake the clay. You need to bake the clay to properly cure it. So the finishing is what sets me apart. The ability to explore, like there are miniature designs, there are donuts you can make with polymer clay, there are desk buddies, there are dog tags, there are lots of things. So I didn't restrict myself to just making earrings and just making flat pieces. I am sculpting these days. Like I can show you something. Yeah. So this is a mini teddy bear that I sculpted. So yes, I'm exploring and I'm not restricting myself. I'm working on it. I'm working with reels and everything.
So how much does it take for you to produce that teddy bear? And how much do you sell it at?
It takes me 1 hour to make this.
How much money? Like, what is
No,
your cost?
I haven't the costing or the selling price.
Both.
Costing is around 300 for this because it takes lots of clay and this is just clay. This is not anything else under it. And I haven't said the selling price yet because I haven't put it up. I need more designs with it, with the
But
sculpting
specifically,
part.
let's talk about your earrings, right? How much does it take to produce you, and what is your margin?
Margin is low at the moment.
Yeah, so how
But
much do you, what is the price to produce it, and how much do you sell it at?
yeah, depends on how big the earring is, how much time it consumes, how much material is into it.
Just give me one example, like pick any, any earring. Just give me like what is the cost of production and how much do you sell it at?
If I make a medium sized earring, that costs me around 250 rupees per earring, per a pair, sorry. Yeah, and I sell it normally at, well, I'm telling the medium range. I sell it for 350 or 400.
Mm-hmm. And currently you say you have 20 customers. What it would take for you to go from 20 to 200? Have you seen, why other people are not? Because you have 500 followers and only 50 sales. Why those, 480 people have not bought from you? What is something that you can do better? Have you explored that? Have you talked to
Yes,
them?
ma'am. I talk to my people. I talk to the people that are talk to the followers. So what I observed is that most of them are artists, and some are even taking inspiration from my work, and they are not even giving credits to me. So that's okay. Like I know how to deal with it. But I am trying to grow. I had a steady growth. The first month was very very great for my starting. The next 2 months have been very very steady. So I'm just trying to grow. I have done paid promotions and I'm working on it. I'm making some reels in the hope someday it will blow up.
I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Well, I think that was a smart businessman who was trying to tackle with the question very smartly, not disclosing the numbers easily. Okay. So we have our fourth finalist here, semi-finalist, Yash Saxena. We are living in a world where majority of business are not taking care of their health properly due to changed lifestyle on account of so many reasons. However, we do have the modern youth who would put a lot of focus on staying fit. Yes, staying fit is actually a basic requirement for development of a nation. Yash Saxena is planning to come up with Startup Fit India that shall be a product and service providing company which deals with not only health and fitness, but also provides medical services for raising the health and fitness standards of masses in our country and become a one-stop health and medical service solution. As per him, he wants to make it unique by projecting it a one-stop health and medical care solution for the masses. He would like to start his services with diet chart as per the personal goals, routine improvements, if any, doctor appointments, personalized physical activities module, nutritionist and training sessions, online prescriptions, and many more to add. In due course of time, he wants to expand the services by also providing medical services like hospital beds and oxygen availability, doctor's availability and doctor's appointment, hospital service info and live online assistance, etc. So I would request Yash to share his experience and what makes his business idea unique. How did he reach this stage?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
All right. So first of all, good afternoon to everyone present here, and my utmost respect to all the faculties, our guest, EDIC, and other members who made this wonderful opportunity possible. So I am Yash Saxena. I am a software engineer in information technology, specialized in designing and digital marketing from the Dehradun Institute of Technology. My proposed business plan, Fit India, is all about creating a one-stop health, fitness, and medical services solution to lift up the overall health and living standards of 1.3 billion people in our country. The plan closely follows and supports the nationwide health movement launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi back in 2019. The vision of this plan is as simple as the statement, Fit India is a better India. So there must be some questions that how did I come up with this plan? So way back in my life, when I did not even think of starting my career as a software engineer, I wanted to become an athlete and a martial artist. This sports spirit and athleticism has always been close to my heart and has taught me consistency, dedication, and how to manage the energy flowing within us all. The spirit made me come up with this idea. So the question is, how unique is it from other already implemented plans in the market? So let me tell you how it is unique. So the plan has a vast audience spectrum to serve in the country, especially post-pandemic when people are proactive, concerned about health standards, and it will be very easily recognized in the market being connected to the government of India. The next point is it is a one-stop health, fitness, and medical services solution. See, for example, we have Practo. For example, we have Cult Fitness. So Practo is a medical service provider, and Cult Fitness is a physical health center, or rather a service. But this plan has it all. It is the complete package, including health, fitness, and medical services. It also includes assessments, evaluations, health guides, plans, 24/7 assistance, subscriptions, sessions, tools, tables, calculators, and you name it. The plan has everything. But for the initial phase, we have stuck to the basic requirements of people, that what people want, as our esteemed guests already told us, that start with something that people want and make a difference in that thing. So that is what the goal of the plan is. It has the potential to become an asset to our country as well, as it is made in India and made for India, and has huge future developments already planned, like e-commerce section, collaborations, and whatnot. Now to wrap this up, I will hand it over to our esteemed guest. If you have any question, I will be happy to ask them all.
Yeah. So Ayash, nice thought process. So I see that, you're doing a lot of things under one umbrella. So what is first thing, in case you have to start this business, what is the first thing you'll be launching that you think is right now the biggest pain point?
So being a techie, same as you, I will be taking care of the web management and application development. However, being an online platform helps people because, see, as you already mentioned in your session earlier, that we do not focus on, most of the businesses focus on retail marketing, which take up months and even years to launch a product. However, being an online service, it is like an instant. You think of a product which is differentiating with other already implemented products and you launch it by later today.
Yeah. So,
once you're online.
So you said you will be doing via web. So that is what I'm asking. What is the first product you launch via web?
So the first thing we will launch is the health and fitness service that we are going to launch. And it will include various aspects to it. However, it is not completely focused on, like, say, for example, fitness. People think it is gym. No, it is not. Fitness has very many aspects to it: aerobic fitness, mental fitness, physical fitness. So what kind of fitness are you looking for to improve yourself? So that is the aspect we will provide. That is not in the market as of right now. For example, Fractal and Curve Fitness, they are two different directions of the industry. However, the industry and the category is the same, but the focus is different. So that is where we come in the picture, taking and delivering what people want actually. So what do people want? People want something affordable and want to access everything in that amount, right? This is what people want here in India. Exactly. So that is what we are giving.
Perfect. Great.
Great. Thank you so much, Yash, for defining it so well for the audience. And let's come to our last semi-finalist, Sanjana Sharma. Most of the young generation these days, be it students, young corporate personnel, or anyone living away from the home face, is a common problem on a regular basis. Yes, you're right. That would be regarding the washing and pressing of clothes. So having faced a similar problem during her student life, Sanjana Sharma wants to help people on this front. A proposed venture, Dhobi Guard, would be a mobile application helping people to get their laundry done with a focus on safety, quality-focused pickup and drop, hassle-free services to customers to take care of their laundry. She would like to link the customers through mobile application on one side and to laundry service providers on the other, who are locally sourced. Her business plan could be a boon to the customers by helping them to unload the stress on doing the laundry. She would be promoting her venture with help of Facebook and other social media to begin with. Thereafter, she would attract potential group of customers via email marketing, optimize online presence via local SEO and technical SEO. So I would request Sanjana to share her inspiration towards this model and how come she reached this level that she really wants to launch this now. Sanjana, request you to unmute yourself. Sanjana, in case I'm audible to you, would request you to unmute yourself and enable your video. Well, I think there is some technical glitch there. So I would request Ms. Pritika ask for the presentation that she's seen. So if she can share. Am I audible? Yeah, I think she's got connected. Yes, you're audible. Please enable your video as well.
Sure,
Yes.
I've done that. Firstly, I would love to say a big thank you for selecting me in the top semi-finalist. Literally, that was it. It actually came as a surprise to me. So before I pitch in my idea, I would love to ask that, have you ever, done online laundry services? Have you availed some of them or not?
I think we haven't heard of it existing online.
Okay, so yeah, you must be thinking that there are many of the apps such as Urban Dhobi, and why only my app would be actually a boon to other people, because I have many different USPs. So before pitching my idea, I would like to introduce like how this idea came into existence. So during the pre-COVID times, while I was doing my internship in an area which was like, which was partially unknown to me now. So while I was doing my UX designing course over there, and I was stuck between the hectic schedule of the internship and ongoing weekend classes. So I had literally no time to do the laundry myself because I was living as a PG over there. So I stepped into the user's shoes, and I had discovered some pain points, like being an unpaid intern over there, and secondly, there were no local washerman that were available within a radius of a kilometer. So also I discovered many apps like Urban Dhobi, Dhobi Light, and many more. So I came to know that they had one thing. They were taking the clothes in kgs. Then I realized we are not here to buy potatoes or other vegetables. We are here to get our clothes done. So, and also there were many other chick of the dhobi wala ki nahi नहीं बहन जी या भाई जी हम अभी नहीं आ सकते, just call me at a particular time and जब भी हम free होंगे we will be available at your doorstep. So that was a main point, that was a main pain point. So I wanted to discover much more in this app, like it could be a hassle free app just to deliver the delivery man is just available at a call, and it is a very simple idea, and but it would be a great if it definitely goes in the market without without getting any hassles. And also, since the COVID is going on, this would be a one most important point, that it would ensure quality and safety as well. So that's my idea.
Yeah, very great idea, Sanjana. I hope this will, solve pain point of a lot of other people. As you said, there are already a couple of companies doing the same idea. So you said they were taking in kgs. So did you try to learn that why they were doing, why they were taking the cloth in kgs?
They were trying to get in kgs because they would get a package. It was in their package list that would actually not help the people to pay according to the piece, but they would actually take the people's clothes in kgs. Like it's like ki ek baar ka kaam is like khatam. It's like that. But people, what they prefer is to take the clothes in piece, and they would like to pay the cloth rupee in a particular thing, like that.
But don't you think it would be a hassle, because then people will be fighting that, for a t-shirt, for a men's t-shirt, you're charging 5 rupees, or and for the women's t-shirt, you're also charging 5 rupees, whereas the men's t-shirt is bigger in size than a girl's t-shirt.
No, it won't be a hassle, because due to the COVID times, people are now accepting the raising prices among the among the local washerman. So it won't be a hassle. And since people would pay according to the price, that would be a much convenient, because once the clothes go in kgs, once they get the clothes in bulk, they actually don't know how much price they are paying, and the packages are really high when they pay in kgs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
that's
how do you think, you said your local dhobi guy, he comes when he's free and not when you want him to come. So how can you ensure, are these companies, the other companies you're talking about, are they ensuring that people, their pickup guy comes when the person wants him to come, or do they also come at a random time?
No, it could be. So this is one of the main USPs, that just like Zomato and Swiggy, you just have to you have to just order on the app, and then within few minutes and within a short span of time, you get the food item delivered at your doorstep without any interaction or such. That's how my app would work. Like if you directly placed an order via app, it would come to your place conveniently and hassle free.
Okay, yeah. I'm done with my questions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Before we move forward and get that name here, and would request our guest to give us that name, I request all of you to use your two beautiful hands to clap for everyone who's presented the business idea. Congratulations to everyone, and we highly appreciate your efforts here. I'm sure it was very difficult for us to scrutinize over 100 plans and come down to this number, which is 5. And now this hardened task is going to our honorable judges, pan. So let's ask the judge. I would request our guest of honor to announce the student who will not just be awarded the trophy today and a certificate, but also bags with himself or herself an Apple MacBook, and ensures a direct entry into the top 5 contenders of annual EDIC business plan competition, where the winner gets a seed funding of 5 lakh rupees, as well as an interview coverage in Noida Radio. So I would request Ms. Pritika to please do the honors.
Sure. I'm actually very, very confused because all the 5 ideas that were presented were really good, and all the candidates, they have put their heart and mind into it. So looking at the clarity of ideas, I would like to announce the winner, and the winner is, any guesses, guys?
Let's see, we have the Q&A section open.
Let's see.
Let's ask the audience, who do they feel should be the winner or would be the winner? Students, you may send your responses in the Q&A section. So most of the people are saying Sanjana, Yash, Garima.
Okay. So, so the winner is Arun Das.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Congratulations to you, Arun. Are you connected with us? Arun, we would request you to enable your video and audio.
Congratulations, Arun. I really liked how, the idea was different and you had thought of how it is different from the market. So congratulations on winning the MacBook, and I hope you utilize it, for the best. Thanks, and really take this idea forward.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, the very best, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations to you, Arun. Would you speak 2 lines about your entire experience and how are you feeling?
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank all the faculty that helped me in this. First, when they told me to come up with an idea, and being an engineering student, I wasn't much prepared for this and making all the tallies about calculating and all. But all of them helped me a lot. They encouraged me. They gave me all those points to how to work upon it. And I thank each and every one of you for this beautiful opportunity you gave me. And I'm very delighted. I won this. Literally, I didn't hope that much, because seeing all those other ideas, I thought they are very good in these fields, and I'm not able to see much more words. I'm very much happy. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Congratulations to you, Arun, backing the Apple MacBook, coverage in the Noida Radio, the glittering trophy, as well as the certificate, and a fair chance to get into the top 5 of the EDIC annual challenge. Congratulations. Also, heartiest congratulations to other 4 semi-finalists, Yash, Garima, Sanjana. Each one of you have also put in great efforts in making this happen. So I would firstly like to thank our guest of honor for giving her time, valuable time here, and gracing us with her presence. We are very, very thankful to you, and how beautifully you shared your journey, as well as appreciated and motivated our students for this competition. Thank you so much to you, ma'am. To acknowledge your presence, we have a memento for you. Can we please have the memento? That's for you, Ms. Pritika. Thank you. And we look forward to a very continued association with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed, the conversation. And in case any of you would like to connect, you can simply drop a note on LinkedIn, or I am at pritika@socksoho.com in case you have any questions. Always happy to help.
Thank you. I think that when we start believing in our ideas, the energies of the world come together and try to shape it. So, dear students, it's a learning for all. Always try and keep trying, and never forget to believe in yourself and your ideas. As EDIC aims to enable the students to be more creative and self-confident in taking rational risks and starting an enterprise, and encourage innovative business startups and facilitate them through research and consultancy. It conducts various EDIC development programs for developing entrepreneurial skill abilities, students, and they foster the students and their skill set to take up entrepreneurship as a career in future. This Young Asian Entrepreneurial Challenge was merely a start, I must say. And I would also like to say that this was a grand start. Now, this is the beginning and not the end, and the journey shall continue with you people. As life is an open book, learning how to learn it is the most valuable skill which we all can adapt to. With this, we wrap up the entire event and these 5 days of the PGDM Batch 2021 orientation program with a very, very open heart and a welcoming tone. We are all set to start your online classes from Tuesday next week. And as Director Sir already informed you we are all geared up to start your offline classes as well on campus from the 14th, for which I think details of your vaccinations and all safety concerns have been shared with you. So looking forward and all the best to everyone. Thank you.